Hello guys, welcome back again to my channel to go UJ. So today I will be discussing about so many things, so many important things that has really been affecting us as Africa. I am African and I'm making this video especially for Africans in diaspora. Yes. So if you're new to my channel, my name is UJ. So I create content about Africa. I promote Africa culture and lifestyle. I create vlogs. I make vlog videos about myself, about my business, and many other things you can see on my channel. So you're welcome. There are many Africans that are not really proud of their country, that are not really proud of their language. Yes, if you go to different African countries today, you'll see most of we Africans, we don't really speak our native language. We find it so difficult to speak our native language, and when we begin to give birth to our kids and those kids begin to grow up, you see that they don't know how to speak their native language. They find it so difficult to speak their native language. Like I was talking to my friend some days back. She's in the America, so I was talking to her about our kids. She was telling me about our kids because she spoke to my kids on phone and she was speaking to them in my native language, which is the Igbo. I'm an Igbo lady, so she was speaking to them in Igbo language and my kids were responding fluently. They were hearing her, they were responding, and she find that very strange because our kids does not understand our native language, which she herself, she isn't proud of it. As a Nigerian and as an Igbo lady, we Igbos in our culture, it is like a norms for we to teach our children how to speak their native language and how to speak their native language and how to read and write in their native language. So, but most of we Africans, especially Nigerians, we find it so difficult to teach our children this language. Instead, we begin to speak English. I am not saying English is not good or it is not right to speak English to your kids, but can they be able to speak your dialects? Can they be able to understand your native language? No. Let it be something we parents cultivate, like an habit that we cultivate in teaching these children, these kids, how to speak our native language, because it will surely go a long way for us. It will ease us so much stress. There's one particular country that I love so much, African country that I love so much. You see Ghana? Ghana is one country that no matter where they are in the world, they try as much as they can to speak their native language to their children. And once you see a Ghanaian, they don't joke with their native language. It's either they are speaking their native language or they are speaking English. Even when they're speaking English, they will have to add some Ghanaian, like some Tree language to their English, so they make it so easy for the kids to learn. Even in the schools that the kids attend, they make sure they teach them this language. Most teachers in Ghana use Tree to teach the children in school. Not that these children don't understand English. They understand English perfectly well. They can speak English fluently, but they'll still speak their native language, which is very important for every kid to learn. There are many of our parents today that are in abroad because they gave birth there. They forgot, in fact, they removed their native language from their agenda to teach their children, which is so wrong and very bad. So how are these kids going to represent their country? And maybe they go out in the public to like, they were introducing themselves. I am, like, my native name now is Uju. I am Uju. I'm from Imo State. I'm an Igbo girl. This is my language. So how would they introduce themselves to their peers, once they're in a group? So as we parents, we should try to cultivate that habit of teaching our children our native language. Because I was talking to someone some years back. She said, no, I can never allow my children to speak Igbo. That Igbo makes them look local, that whenever they're speaking that Igbo language, that they look, as in they sound local, that he doesn't want their children to sound local, that he wants them to be touched, He wants them to sound like the Englishmen, like, you know, the white people. I was like, are you really serious? But you yourself, you can speak this Igbo language fluently. You can perfectly speak it. You hear this language and you can speak it. So why not teach your children how to speak this language? She was like, no, 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 I'm not going to teach any of my children how to speak this language. She was actually telling me that this language is meant for the poor, that people that are not exposed. It means you also were not exposed. She said, yes, speaking those language means she's backward, you know. So, you know, in our world today, this our local language has taken us far away. That's taken us to places. I've seen people travel abroad because of Igbo language. I've seen people travel abroad because of tree. I've seen people travel abroad because they can speak Chinese, you know. So I don't know why we Africans, we find it so difficult to teach our children, you know, how to speak our local dialect, our local language. To me, I find this very, very bad. Very, very bad. Because my kids, they can understand and speak their local language. If I call any of my children now to speak my local language to them, they can understand perfectly well. But we Africans, we have this mentality that our local language is for the poor, that our local language is for people that are not well exposed. That whenever you're speaking this local language, it means you're not well exposed, which is very, very wrong. It is all lies. So to me, I'm making this video to encourage all parents, to encourage all Africans to try and let their children know how to speak local language. I'm so proud of countries like Ghana, Kenya, South Africa, Togo, you know, Cameroon, Senegal, Gambia. All these countries, they speak their local language with pride. I'm not trying to bring down Nigerians, but I'm trying to talk about the past that Nigerians are not really doing well. Yes, when it comes to language, speaking this language to your kids, making them understand that this language is very, very important for them. Nigerians are failing in that aspect. You see a Nigerian mother now, instead of this Nigerian mother to speak their local dialect to these children, they'll begin to speak English. It is either the English is correct or not. They are speaking English to these children, forgetting that they have a root where they come from. That is why you see so many children of these days, once they are abroad, they are not coming back to their country because they cannot communicate fluently with people around them in their local dialects. They find it so difficult, so hard to communicate in their local dialect because they were not brought up to communicate in their local dialect. They were not taught by their parents to communicate in their local dialects. That is why you see so many Africans, they are lost today. They don't know they cannot find their way back to Africa because they cannot speak their language. Imagine someone, like you gave birth there, you spent all your entire life in London, or you spent all your entire life in America, and you come back to Nigeria or you come back to Ghana and you have a meeting with your kinsmen and you don't know your traditions, you cannot speak fluently in your tradition, in your local language, you know, you don't know anything about your tradition, you don't know anything about your forefathers, your ancestors, you don't know your roots, you don't know where you come from. Even the ones that surprised me most is most Nigerian parents, like we Igbos, their children don't know where they come from. Like you come to Nigeria and like there are 36 states in Nigeria, like there's some places like an Igbo kid that I'm from Imo State, but I know my local government, I know where I come from, I know my origin. If anything should happen to me back, I can be able to trace my way back to my village. Yes. But there are people that don't know anything about their culture. They don't know anything about where they come from. Because we Africans, we've thrown away our cultures, we've thrown away our traditions to imbibe the white men cultures. That is why you see people change their name, their local name, they throw everything away and start bearing those English names. Let us all, as Africans, let us try to, you know, to have that pride in us that we are Africans. Let us be proud that we are Africans. Let us take our language. This language is everything. It's our identity. So let us take this language with pride. So if you're just seeing this video for the first time, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment down below the comment section. If you feel what I am saying is on point, please drop your comment down below the comment section and tell me if you have had any experience being abroad and not being able to speak your local dialects. If you have any encounter like you felt embarrassed that you don't know how to speak your local dialect, you can drop your comments down below the comments. Let's interact as one big family. And guys, I've come to the end of this video. Hopefully I'll see you in my